Mm. Mm. Chewy, chocolatey, minty. My mom's mint brownies are so good. Except my mom didn't make this. I did. And I'm going to show you how. Hey Teachable Spirits, I'm Pam, and I give pep talks. Not TED Talks, but pep talks. Today is day 71 of 100 days of posting, the last 100 days of 2024. My mom is famous for her mint brownies. We have sometimes joked that we were not allowed to come into a family gathering until we have provided an offering of a tin of mint brownies. Well, I live several states away from my parents now, and I have taken up the tradition of making mint brownies to take to family gatherings, especially around the holidays. So these are a really, really good thing to make at Christmas time, but they're delicious any time of the year. So let's get started making mint brownies. All right, to make these mint brownies, you're going to need a boxed brownie mix, any brand, oil, water, eggs, and then either these Thin Mints or peppermint patties. And then optional, if you'd like to make them pretty, then you can have some kind of sprinkles. These are nonpareils, any kind of little candy decoration. This is an optional step, but I am going to use parchment paper. You could just spray it with some nonstick spray, but I find it a lot easier to cut the brownies if we put in parchment paper, and then I can just lift them out. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this under my 9x13 pan. And I'm going to cut from the corner of the paper to the corner of the pan. And this is going to make it be able to lay in there a little better. Okay. Okay, and when I put the brownie batter in there, it'll just lay flat. It'll be fine. Okay, so I have the oven preheating to 350 degrees per the instructions on the box. And speaking of the instructions, we are going to just make these as instructed, just regular as you would just bake straight up brownies. So this box calls for adding to the mix. It adds 2/3 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of water, and 2 eggs. So just follow whatever it is that your box mix says to make. Okay, I'm going to put this into the oven for a little bit less time than what the box calls for. So this box says that for a 9x13 pan to bake it for 28 to 31 minutes. Let's subtract 5 minutes. We're going to subtract 5 minutes from the 28. Take it out at that point, okay, because that's when we're going to add our Thin Mints. All right, so while the brownies are cooking, and I set them for 23 minutes, we're going to open up our Thin Mints or peppermint patties. If you have individually wrapped peppermint patties, then you're going to want to unwrap all of those and just put them in a bowl, because what's going to happen is you're going to take out the brownies when they're almost done cooking, and then you're going to lay these out all over the top of it. And so you're going to want to do that very quickly. So we want to be ready. So I'm just going to open up these boxes. And also, while you are in the mode of opening things up, you're going to want to make sure that your decorations, your little candy sprinkles or nonpareils, whatever you're using, are open. It was quite a job for me to get these open, and they kind of exploded everywhere. So I was trying to keep that from happening, but it happened anyways. These are very similar to peppermint patties, but they are a little smaller, but very delicious. There we go. By the way, I found these at Dollar General for only $1 for each package. And I have seen them before at Dollar Tree, but of course that would be $1.25. But I believe that they are seasonal, at least at Dollar General. I actually found them in the Christmas section. So if you go to Dollar General look in the Christmas section. Okay, these brownies are close to being done. I just have to put our little Thin Mints on these as quickly as we can, and then get them back in the oven. Okay, so I usually have like 3 or 4 left. What a shame. Guess I'll have to eat those. I'm going to put this back into the oven for 5 minutes. Okay, so you can see that these have gotten all melty. I'm just going to take a spoon and use the back of it. You could use a, like if you have a spreading tool, you could totally use that. But I just use the back of a spoon and it works really well. Just be careful when you're doing this, because sometimes they want to like lift up. Okay. And then I'm just going to put my little sprinkles on here while it's still soft. Whoops. And then I'm going to put it back in the oven for just like a minute, just to let them kind of sink down in there, because we don't want them to just fall right off. It looks like they're pretty well stuck, but I'm just going to put them in there for a minute. Okay, so these are basically done. I'm just going to let them cool so that I can cut them and put them on the serving platter. All right, so now that this is cool, it's actually the next day, but it doesn't have to be, just as long as it's cool. I have lifted this just straight up out of the pan and just kind of pushed down the sides, and I'm going to cut it and plate it. Okay, so I hope that you will maybe try making some mint brownies. I'm going to put the recipe down in the description box below. You might be wondering, how in the world does this fit with Pep Talks? Well, one of the things that I like to encourage you to do is to learn to make some simple things. These are not really difficult to make, but they will be a crowd favorite. So you can do it. You got this. Something else that I do on my channel every day of these 100 days of the challenge is that I practice 3 habits. So I practice expressing gratitude, breathing, and drinking water. So let's start with practicing gratitude. Today, it is not a surprise that I'm going to say that I am thankful for Mom's Mint Brownies. I am going to add this to the chain that we have going here. This is the number 71 chain, and so we just do a link for every day, and look at how that has grown. All right, so next we're going to breathe. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts, hold 4, out 4, hold 4. We're going to do that 3 times. Okay, here we go. All right, that feels so good. Life has just been crazy lately, and it's probably not going to slow down anytime soon, especially with December being December. All right, I've got some water here. If you are going to join me in this water drinking habit, then I want you to pause the video, get some water, and come on back. All right, here we go. It is okay to take a little break. Okay, very good. Well, I hope that you will try making these brownies, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.